Sadly, I don't have my laptop to do all these cool visuals and whatever, but I'm going to do the best I can because I don't want to miss out on this conversation. Lots to talk about when it comes down to Halloween Horror Nights here in Hollywood. We're seeing some cool stuff coming out of Monsterpalooza. We'll get to that in a little bit. But most importantly, a new speculation map dropped from HN Nightmares. And you can find them on Twitter, or I think they're even on Instagram. I saw it on Twitter, but to go over the map, lots of things have changed and some things have stayed the same. So it gives like more hope to some and I guess less hope to whatever changed in the previous map. But I think for this one, they're considering it version 3. So we're at 3. It's June now. I could just imagine we're not that far away from an announcement. Unless somehow Horror Nights just waits to Midsummer Scream, which would be brutal. That's August. But I do want to point out, so there is some things that are very interesting on this speculation map from HN Nightmares. 4 houses at the lower lot. So that's very interesting to me. We got the one with the glasses, which I'm still kind of like, is that really going to be the Weekend? Could it be anything else? Could these glasses be anything else but the Weekend? That's what everybody's speculating. But if it is the Weekend, you know, I've seen the walkthrough, the one that they did internationally. It looked good. I think it was for Dawn FM specific. But where things have changed is all of a sudden Bride of Frankenstein, or at least that's what it looks. Maybe it could be Silver Screen Queens. That symbol now has come to the lower lot. Which, if I can remember, it was at Curious George previously. So that's interesting. I'm cool with either or. Bride of Frankenstein returns. Do they put that in the soundstage? Because Bride of Frankenstein, I think there's no chance that it's the one that's behind Mummy. But to get to that one, we got this like new symbol. It's like Biohazard. But there's like something crawling on the ground, you know what I mean? Some people are saying maybe zombies are coming back, or just these like biohazard, toxic creatures are going to be attacking us. I don't freaking know. But you know what it does say to me? It sounds like Mummy is going to be an original house. I feel like it's been kind of used as an IP house for the recent years, but that's cool. I'm always down with original. Some biohazard zombie apocalypse house. Sure, why not? I'm down with that. The one that I'm still interested in is behind Transformers, which they call T-Pad. The pig mask. I am very confused. You know, a lot of people say it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Other people were saying it's Ghostbusters. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. I feel like the strongest one, rumor-wise, sounds like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's its 50th. For some reason, why do these horror things keep celebrating at Horror Nights like that? Just because it's 50th doesn't mean it needs to come to Horror Nights. That's what I'm trying to say. If it is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what route are they trying to go? Are they going back to the originals, remakes? You know, dare I say it? Do they want it to be part of the video game? Isn't there like a video game? And some people were sending me messages that there's a new, I don't know if it's a movie or a show. I haven't looked into it, but something new, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is coming to Netflix. And I'm like, more? Where are they trying to go with this? And not that long ago, we had that more futuristic old Leatherface that came out on Netflix. I thought it was all right. You know, it was whatever. Maybe, are they trying to go with that one? Because Netflix has done many things at Horror Nights here in Hollywood. So yeah, there's a strong relationship. Netflix, Horror Nights. Same thing with Blumhouse. Like, we got to just have Blumhouse every year for some reason. So I guess that's why we go with the pig face mask. Let me just get through the other ones. H lot, which, you know, Curious George parking lot. Very strong indication. Insidious, obviously. I'm not even going to get into that one beyond that. The other one, though, this like Cadillac symbol has now got like, I thought it was blood. Like, it was blood coming down. But everybody's saying it's ice. So the rumor, Ghostbusters, the newest version that I think it debuted this year. I guess, I don't know how they're going to really work many scenes from that movie into a Horror Night house. I didn't think the new Ghostbuster movie was scary. And I just don't know what iconic scenes I want from the movie into this house. I don't know. But I will admit, it's something new. It's not a returning Ghostbuster house, which I thought that one was really good and a lot of fun. But hey, it's going to be cool. If it is Ghostbusters, it's going to be cool to hear that, you know, the Ghostbusters song while we're waiting in line. If it is Ghostbuster and Insidious at Curious George parking lot, we're talking some massive waits over there. Ghostbusters alone, 2-hour waits all the time. It's a beloved franchise. Terror Tram, they're still holding strong with this Blumhouse symbol, I guess. I don't know how they're going to do that. I think it was our Knots Network recently caught that they were like measuring where they previously did on the Terror Tram, that RIP only walkthrough area. I don't know if they're trying to do that again. I really hope if they do some type of walkthrough and they build a structure right there at War of the Worlds for Terror Tram, I hope it's for everybody and not just a RIP exclusive. It just limits it so much. Like, they build all this to limit, I don't know. I think it should just be for everybody. But if Terror Tram is Blumhouse, they do have a lot to work with. You know, a little bit of me says Michael Myers is going to come back. I want Michael. I love Michael. I know some people are over Michael and they're happy that he's getting a break, but I just can't get enough. I love Michael Myers at Halloween Horror Night. And I keep saying, it'd be really cool if they kind of take a little bit away, or not take a little bit away, but just kind of implement what's being used for the 60th a little bit in a Horror Nights Terror Tram. And I'm talking about photo ops. I think photo ops would be a big success at Horror Nights. And talk about a great idea to have all these people posting these photos at Horror Nights, having fun at a photo op to their social medias. You know what I mean? It's just like perfect marketing to have photo ops. I'm not saying take away from the scare zones and the walkthrough of Terror Tram and whatever, but photo ops are great. Take a photo with maybe a Five Nights at Freddy character. Take a photo with Megan. You could take a photo with Michael. Purge character. You know, there's a lot of that Blumhouse has to offer. So I think it'd be really, really cool. 2 more houses to talk about. Parisian Courtyard. I don't think it's going to be Monstros. You know, some people are like, oh, Monstros is just going to come back, the same Monstros. I don't think so. I feel maybe it is Monstros, but it's just different monsters. You know, it's not the same Talapucci and the other monsters that we had recently. But I'm excited. Original. It's still going very strong that Parisian Courtyard is going to be original. The next house to talk to, and the last one, and then this is where things are going to get interesting, the scare zone. It looks like The Walking Dead is going to be Quiet Place. And I'm really interested. Are they trying to go with Quiet Place, the first movie? Or are they trying to do a mash of all 3 movies? And you're just kind of walking through Quiet Place. You know what I mean? The evolution of where the stories are going. That's a challenge. I don't even know how you would do something like that. Because I feel like Walking Dead, I don't think there's enough space for something like that. So I feel if it is A Quiet Place, maybe it's just based off one of the movies. I don't know if it's the first, second, third. I have no idea. But Quiet Place coming to Horror Nights, I feel it's going to be kind of weird. Movies based on being quiet. Horror Nights is the opposite of quiet. It's very loud. Continuously loud. So, sure, I guess. Quiet Place. Maybe it's not Quiet Place. And it's some other no noise property. I don't know. Could it be original? I could see it be original, I guess, but whatever. Quiet Place, something new. I'm down for it. I'm always down for anything new. Let me talk about the scare zones, and this is where things are getting very interesting. You know, it was rumored a long time ago that luchadores could come to Horror Nights as a scare zone. And I kind of didn't want to believe it, because I'm like, how is that going to be incorporated? What? Where? How? What? And now it's being on the speculation map that it could be Parisian Courtyard. And just recently, we had our buddies out there at Monster Palooza. Shout out to Junior, SoCal Tall Guy. I saw their Instagram reel, and that's when I was like, oh, I was like, okay, well, this makes a lot more sense. They had masks that were literally luchadores, all themed, and we're talking a lot of these masks. Like, it wasn't just one mask, it was a lot of these masks. Kind of, I guess, like skeleton, demon looking things. I think they look really good. I think they look really good. I don't know, are the luchadores going to have like knives, or maybe one has a chair, you know, one has a ladder. I don't freaking know. But luchadores, I think it could be cool. It could be cool. Really curious how they're going to be, you know, because we're just seeing the mask, but I wonder what the whole look would look like. And most importantly, there's no way that La Llorona is played for, I guess you could say, a third year. There's no, La Llorona is not going to be good if we got luchadores out there. Like, I hope, and I just hope, I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope we do not have La Llorona in Parisian Courtyard. I think everybody could agree with that one. Everybody could agree with that one. But Monster Palooza looking fun. I wish I could make it, man. There was just a lot to do and see revolving Horror Nights and just horror in general. It's a horror con. We did get 2 other symbols. One of them was like, it looks like a skull and could be pirates. So maybe pirate chainsaws? Is that something you would be interested? For me, I'm down. Pirate chainsaws, sure, why not? Once again, I feel like the scare zone music is gonna change. It's kind of been the same for some years. I feel like if we have pirate chainsaws, there has to be different music. I don't know. Just a little bit in me says different music. And then where things got interesting, you know, recently in Florida with all their announcements and stuff like that, I think it was Spooky Empire, where they had this kind of like punk rock with the mohawk skeleton dude. And all I kept thinking was like, I hope we get that. And it was for like one of their cinema houses that they're having out there. Cinema Slaughter, is that what it was called? But we have a skull with the mohawks, so maybe opening Scare Zone Fire Tower area could be that punk rock stuff that they're getting in Florida, but they're getting it as a house. Maybe we get some of that stuff as a Scare Zone here. I'm down with that. It just kind of gives me this like Misfits vibe, you know what I mean? If I think of skulls and punk rock, I think of Misfits. But I'm down, man. If they're gonna do some like punk rock or heavy metal skull leather wearing monsters, hey, that's cool to me. We're gonna see. So I guess like chainsaws are gonna be all skeletons. Scare Zone, Fire Tower, all skeleton. We're just gonna have this like skeleton mania. I'm down with it. It all sounds really good to me and very exciting. Another thing that they did have, obviously, Death Eaters for Harry Potter area. Always down with Death Eaters, nothing wrong with that. And it looks like Purge Show. Why wouldn't it come back? Hopefully they add to it, and that would be amazing. Hopefully they add to it. That'll be amazing. And before we get out of here, there's one more thing I want to show. And shout out to Brian Sevilla and Junior. He posted it on his Twitter. Was a snippet. Art the Clown could possibly come to Horror Nights.
great to see Art the Clown in like a Universal Horror Nights dance or something.
Oh, yeah!
I mean, listen, there's a lot of exciting things on the horizon with this franchise. Don't count anything out. I would love that. Might be happening, might not. There's some really cool video game things that I can't talk about that
at some point in time, who knows when. I thought that was really cool. Art the Clown, honestly, when Terrifier 2 came out, he saved Halloween. Like, all the movies that were going down that year, Terrifier is like, oh yeah, we're in Halloween. it's October. There's a plethora of scenes and just iconicness that could come out of a Horror Night house from Terrifier. They literally go into a Halloween haunt or a haunt house in Terrifier 2. There's just a lot to work with, and hopefully John Murdy could get his hands on that property. It would be too much for for Horror Nights, but I think that's where Horror Night has a chance to push that level again. You know, we're getting freaking Leatherface all the time. Art the Clown could be possible. Will it be offensive? For sure. Art the Clown is very offensive. It's brutality to the max. So, but that's what Horror Nights is. Horror Nights, it's horror. You know what I mean? It's horror. But that's all for today, everybody. What are your thoughts on all this that's being talked about? Credit to HN Nightmares for posting another speculation map. Now that we're getting so close to our announcements here in Hollywood, it's getting very exciting. And shout out to Junior, SoCal Tall Guy, Brian. Thank you for getting all these updates from Monster Palooza. I had no idea that we were even going to talk about any of this today. But thank you guys for your time. Smash that like button. We're firing it down.